Hello friends, it's me, Jakeyosaurus. Okay, listen, so today what we're going to be talking about and showing you is, oh my goodness, my F keys are broken. But see all this purple armor that everyone's using? This is all placeholder armor for all of the new stuff that's about to come out. Oh wait, I already have it in my inventory, nice. Alrighty, so what the heck is all of this? So as you can see, there's a lot of stuff that we need to go through. These items are going to be rewards from Nex and the tombs of Amascut, or Amascut, or something. So first, we're going to go through Nex's rewards. So first, we have Ancient Godsword. Now, this Godsword is real weird. Its special attack is so wacky, and it doesn't really do anything unique. Let me explain. So the special attack uses 50% energy, and the special attack will be twice as accurate as usual. But then, when it hits, it does an amazing 10% more damage, which is like nothing. And then after that, an 8-cycle timer starts. And if the target that you hit with the special attack doesn't move more than 5 tiles away before the timer ends, they'll be hit for 20 damage. And the attacker is healed for the same amount. Okay, I guess this guy's my test subject now. Yee-hoo! So I hit 56, and now he's not gonna move. And he got hit for a 20. So yeah, there you go, there's a special attack. And also, just for some quick numbers, this is basically max gear. I'm pretty sure, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, but this is max gear. The max hit I can do is 62, plus the 10% from this is 6.2, so the max hit I can do is 68 with the special attack. And then it bleeds them for 20 potentially. So there you go, 88 damage from one special attack. So this is kind of a PK weapon because you have like, not a guaranteed hit, but you have double the accuracy. I still think it's a little bit underpowered, and it has basically no use in PVM because you would just use an SGS. An SGS will heal you for more, and it heals your pred. My test subject has arrived. Yeah! Oh, and he ran 6 tiles away. And he doesn't get hit for 20 damage, so yeah, there you go, that's the special attack. Also, wait, did I just max? Oh yeah, 62 is, okay, cool, I actually hit the max hit, there you go, there's the max hit. Next we have a Zaryte Bow. Now, if you remember, back in the day, a Zaryte Bow was basically what the Bowfer is. The Bowfer is this bow, the bow of... I don't know how to say that word. So the Zaryte Bow is basically this. So they can't just release 2 of the same bow. What this new Zaryte Bow is basically a slightly worse version of the Bowfer, except Zaryte Bow can hit up to 2 targets, or 3 targets if you're wearing Zaryte Van braces. It may look like a magic longbow, but it is indeed a Zaryte Bow. So as you can see, it fires pretty fast. Its max hit won't be amazing, it should be pretty okay. Nice 27, a 30. So as you can see, it's a magic short bow, but does a lot more damage. But now, let's equip the Zaryte Van braces. So now what we do, except this time, we're in multi-combat, so oh, what was that? So as you saw, another arrow comes out of the Zaryte Bow and hits me. If we shoot again, big XP drop, and since I have Zaryte Van braces on, if there were 3 people here, it would hit all 3 people. Now, this bow is directly competing with chin chompers, more specifically black chin chompers. Black chin chompers can hit up to 9 targets. This can only hit up to 3 with the Zaryte Van braces, which are like best in slot, so there's no reason not to use these. They've given us a very nice graph, which basically shows this isn't the best single target weapon, and it's basically only the best in slot if there's between 2 and 3 enemies that you want to all kill at the same time. If everyone was using Zaryte bows, everything would die at the same time, meaning all 3 enemies would be alive for the longest possible time before killing them, rather than just DPSing one down and moving on to the next. Now you gotta ask yourself, in what scenario are you fighting 3 enemies? So as you can see there, I hit a 0 here, which is actually kind of huge, because one thing I was specifically testing for is with chin chompers, to decide whether or not they're going to hit, they roll the hit against the primary target's defense. As you saw, I hit on my main, but I hit a 0 on this guy. I could have just got unlucky and actually hit a 0, but the more likely story is these Zaryte Bow hits roll independently on each of your target's defense, which is basically a nerf. That's the reason why black chin chompers are so good. For example, at Armadale, use black chin chompers and you'll throw them at a minion which has significantly lower defense than the actual Armadale boss, and because it rolls off of the minion's defense, it will hit the Armadale boss every time, or every time you hit the minion. Let me just demonstrate the range. If I shoot this guy, bonk, it doesn't hit this guy. And now if I shoot him again, it does hit that guy. So as you can see, the range is your primary target needs to be no more than 2 tiles away. As you can see, this is 1 tile, 2 tiles, this is the 3rd tile. They can only be on the 3rd tile away. That's in any direction. And one thing I was trying to break there, I thought if I stand out of range, like if I try to shoot this guy, I'm out of range, right? My character's walking forward. But if I shoot this guy, will it still ricochet to him even though I'm out of range? And it looks like it does. So there you go. That's not broken. I thought maybe they would break that. But again, I think slightly underwhelming and quite niche. But doesn't mean it's bad. It's just not particularly amazing. It's not Twisted Bow tier, is what I'm trying to say. Moving on to the last reward from Nex. This has kind of a convoluted set effect, so let me talk about it. It's all to do with the Ancient Spellbook. So if we compare Virtus to Ancestral, which is the previous best in slot, we have 69 attack mage bonus with some prayer, and a 9% damage increase with only ancient spells. Whereas Ancestral is the same magic accuracy and only 6% damage and no set effect, but that applies to everything, not just ancients. This is best in slot if you're using ancient spells, plus it has effects for every type of ancient spell, which we will now go over. Smoke spells. They reduce the healing by 30% while the target is poisoned. So as we can see, an angler heals for 22 health. So if I switch over to the test subject, I'm at 49 health. And if I equip full Virtus on that one, and we cast Smoke Barrage. Oh wait, let me do it again. Oh, I splashed again, hold on. Oh, I keep splashing, hold on. Oh my goodness, I keep splashing. The pain of being a PKer. Yo, why do I keep splashing? What the heck? There we go, finally. So I hit a 14. So now if I eat my anglerfish, my HP only went up by 15. And anglers are meant to heal for 22. Though I don't know how long this debuff lasts. I'm guessing like 10 seconds, but I'm not sure. So then effectively, if you're PKing, you can poison someone, then smoke barrage them, and then when they're trying to tank you, they're tanking you 30% less efficiently. Anyway, on to the next set effect. So now let's look at my main again, and if I cast a shadow spell, whoa, I drained every stat for 10. That's huge. So shadow spells can just rip apart your mage defense. So if you're PKing, you're definitely going to want to use Shadow Barrage because it tears down their defense and their mage defense. Okay, we've been testing and getting confused for a hot second. I was messaging Mod Arcane because I don't think the shadow spells are working correctly. But so what shadow spells are meant to do is it drains your target's attack level. Now with full Arims, with full Virtus, it makes it so their strength, range, mage, and defense also get drained as well as their attack. And so how the behavior is meant to work. So when your stats are full, aka not drained already, it's meant to drain for a certain percentage. And that percentage is meant to be 15%, but right now it's doing 10% with Shadow Barrage. So that might not be working correctly. But also, while we were testing, I managed to drain the same target twice. So I drained him from 99 out of 99 down to 89 out of 99. So then after that, his stats restored to 90 out of 99. Then I managed to drain his stats again to 80 out of 99. So the shadow spells aren't working super correctly. But anyway, it's a bug, so forget about it. They'll fix it, I'm sure. On to the next spell. So Blood and Ice and X. So blood spells can heal you up to 20% over your max hit points. So pretty basic. It's like max mage isn't good enough accuracy. And so there you go. Normally, Blood Barrage could only heal you to whatever your max HP is. Now it can heal me 20% over. Hence, I'm at 118 HP. So that's pretty neat. Probably won't be used, but it's pretty neat. And ice spells gain 10% additional accuracy against frozen targets. Now this seems a bit backwards. So the meta will still be to ice barrage people who are frozen. So now I get 10% more accuracy since he's frozen. But wouldn't you think you would want the accuracy when they're running away so that you could freeze them again? But that's probably what they were trying to avoid because getting frozen is annoying. Now that is all of Nex's rewards. Overall, Virtus is pretty good actually. I thought it was kind of underwhelming, but it is best in slot for ancient spells and all of the effects are good. So it's not like you're sacrificing damage to get the effects. We have, well, just these 3 pieces of armor and this amulet called Masori. Now, I'm a huge fan of this equipment because it has a set effect, much like Virtus, I guess, but this is way more intricate. Hold on. Oh, I don't have the full set on. Oh, let me just equip the amulet. What the? I'm taking damage. Oh goodness, what's happening to me? And now you see my little heart symbol. I've got some nails in it or something. So I am now in something called the low life state. So if we go look at my range bonuses, holy guacamole, you have a low life item equipped, you will gain additional stat bonuses when you are below 40% of your base hit points, such as 39. So as you can see, Necklace of Anguish is still better than the Masori amulet, but the Masori amulet is the thing that reduced my health. So if you're PVMing, you can switch between the Necklace of Anguish, but the Masori amulet will keep you below 40% of your max health, triggering the set effect. Now, what does the low life set effect do? Well, much like Darok, the lower HP you are, the more damage you do. So let me just try regen some health real quick. We can see I have a pathetic 0 range strength, 63 attack bonus. But if I put the amulet on and just take some damage real quick, I now have bonus stats. So, yes, this is better than Armadillo. It has less defense bonus. But that is not all. There is one other effect that this armor set, you just need the chain skirt, the chest plate, and the headdress for it to work. You don't need the amulet. The amulet is just an ever so slightly worse Necklace of Anguish, and it keeps your health below 40% of your max. So, to trigger the set effect. When you're affected by low life, aka below 40% of your max, each Masori piece gives you a certain dodge chance. So, the helmet gives you 2%, the chest plate gives you 3%, and the legs give you 3%. So you can have an 8% dodge chance, which isn't a lot. I mean, if you average it out, an 8% damage reduction is pretty good, given that Elidinis is, Elidinis, I think, is a 21% damage reduction. It's a 70% chance to block 30% of your damage. So Elidinis is still a lot stronger for, damage reduction, but hey, this is kind of nice too. In this low life state, this is the best in slot range armor, but obviously you have to sit below 40% health the entire time. I forgot to mention, so the dodge chance that this armor gives you, 8% in total. I thought it would have been cool that the dodge chance can dodge literally any attack, because it's such a low chance, but they have specifically said the dodge chance does not work on Zuck, it doesn't work on Dragonfire. So basically only normal magic, range, and melee attacks can be dodged, which kinda sucks. I thought it'd be cool if you could dodge every attack since it's such a low chance, but whatever. And a direct comparison between Masori and Armadillo. 216, 79 with Armadillo, and we go to 235, 86. So it is like it's like a 10% improvement. So yeah, it is best in slot, so there you go. Just thought I'd show you. Armadillo is not the only competitor. 86 range is good and all, 86 range bonus, but full void. Now with the Zaryte Bow, you can't use full void since you can't use Zaryte Van Braces, which decreases your DPS if you're fighting 3 things. But void is very notable. You have a whole lot less range bonus, but you gain a flat 12% damage bonus and a 10% accuracy bonus. So in this gear, my max hit is a 34. But in this gear, do note I have significantly less accuracy, 235 down to 135. My max hit goes to 36. So Void is still better, depending on the target. I have a higher max hit in Void, but my accuracy is like not half, but it's like 60% of what this armor gives me. And I can't use Zaryte Van Braces. So, yeah, worth noting. Okay, now bear with me. This equipment has a lot to unpack. So, we have 2 bits of new equipment here. We have a Tumekin's Heka, which is just basically, think of it as a trident, except it's really weird. When I say a trident, I mean it has its own spell, as you can see. It has charges, which uses Chaos and Soul Runes. So 1 Soul Rune and 3 Chaos Runes per charge. And here we just have a best in slot Mage Shield. So there you go, it gives you 25 magic attack, and it gives you a massive 5% magic damage. So yeah, that's actually kind of huge, but there you go, that's the new best in slot shield. So yes, this is better than the arcane in every way, but to make this, you have to get a drop, and then an arcane sigil and 10,000 soul runes, then you combine them and it makes this shield. And then you can dismantle it to get everything except the soul runes back. So your arcane spirit shield isn't going to crash, since when this shield gets released, you'll be able to dismantle your arcane spirit shields to make this. So that's pretty basic. Now we move on to this wand. This wand is not basic. Okay, so I'm just gonna show you what it does, and then I will tell you how it works. So pot it up to 109 with Orcree for more accuracy, and let's see what happens. Oh, I can't use it in Clan Wars. Okay, let's test it here. Let's just see what happens. Wow, those attacks are pretty fast. Wow, that attack is pretty slow. This weapon is nutty, dude. It's so different compared to everything we've had before. So as you can see, it does 3 quick attacks and then 1 heavy attack. And then it has a big delay after the heavy attack. Now, what does this mean? It means it's super unique. Really quick attacks, one big attack, a nice 40 there, holy moly. I'm gonna talk about the math of this now, just while I kill some Tazars in the background. So as you can see, the quick attack has an attack rate of 2 ticks, whereas the heavy attack is a lot longer. Look at that fireball, holy moly. A 47, oh my goodness. Alright, sorry, I'll continue talking about the math. The reason why in RuneScape, or old school RuneScape, weapons which attack fast are traditionally better. First, because you can't do a lot of overkill damage, but second is because since they're letting out so many more attacks more frequently than slower weapons, it means they can benefit from the range bonuses of all of your armor pieces more times per like 10 seconds than a slower weapon can, right? Because every attack gets all of the bonuses applied, so that's why quick weapons are very good. Typically, such as the toxic blowpipe before it got nerfed. And so with this weapon, they've tried to balance out a bit, and it's still good. So here we go. So these quick attacks only benefit 50% of our magic strength, whereas the large attack benefits 150%. So rather than 28%, it's actually 42%, because 28 times 1.5. So with that in mind, it's definitely worth it to build up to 3 quick hits so that you can do the big large hit at the end. Now, the huge thing about this is, much like the Trident, it scales off of your magic level. This is how the damage is calculated. It gets your magic level, divides it by 6, then after that it adds 2 to it. So for example, I have 109 mage, divide that by 6, and then plus 2. So that gives my base max hit 20, plus all the additional armor gets applied after that. And whereas the big one looks at your magic level, takes away 25, and then divides it by 2. So if I have 109 mage, I take away 25, then I divide it by 2. So my base max hit is 42. As you can see, that's much bigger than the smaller max hit. Then these bonuses, like the 28% mage bonus, gets applied on top of the 42 base max hit. So yes, both of these are very good. This ward is straight up best in slot, no more complex than that. And this wand is better than something like the Sanguinesti staff, except the Sanguinesti staff heals you. So it's basically a stronger Sanguinesti staff that doesn't heal you. So yeah. So I'm fairly sure the Nightmare staff is still best in slot, but good luck getting a Nightmare staff with the correct orb. So on to the next reward. You can see I've got a handy dandy stopwatch on the screen right there. And why do I have that? Well, let me just de-claw spec both of these guys each. Yep, there we go. Now I'm going to put on this Lightbearer ring. Now this ring is actually kind of insane. I'm not sure if I'm hyping it up too much. Let's start the stopwatch. And what we're going to pay attention to is my special attack, because this ring, very simply, it doubles the rate at which you get special attack. See, it's been 15 seconds and I got 10% special attack. So yeah, normally, if you didn't know, you get 10% special attack back every 30 seconds, and this ring, while you're wearing it, changes it to every 15 seconds. So yeah, you get it back twice as fast. Look at that, already 20%. So this ring, kind of insane. Otherwise, it has no stats. It just restores your spec twice as fast. But I think this ring is going to be super good, because like getting a special attack back is huge compared to a +8 strength bonus from Berserker ring. But maybe I'm not calculating it correctly. But there you go. Very simple ring, very good ring. Next, we have Osmomten's Fang. This is a pretty cool weapon, very niche again, but it's actually kind of good. So let me explain it. So the main selling point of this weapon is that it has insane accuracy bonuses. Look at that, 150 stab bonus on a one-handed sword, what the heck? So it's extremely accurate. So in the blog, it says that this weapon is going to be comparable to rapier tier weapons, which is tier 75, against targets with low defense. Okay, so that's not best in slot, and that's no good, but let's carry on reading. But then it says, opponents with high defense, this weapon will excel since it has so much accuracy bonus. But not only that, a unique mechanic which I'm definitely a fan of, so let me try and explain it. So other weapons, so if I kicked my main right here, what happens is the game decides, am I going to hit or not? If I'm going to hit, like right there, my hit is then random between 0 and my max hit, so there it was 15. Whereas with this sword, that's not how it works. So this weapon says, okay, am I going to hit? If yes, then it doesn't roll between 0 and your max hit. Instead, it rolls between 15% of its max hit and 85% of its max hit. So on average, you're doing the same damage, except the damage is just consistent, but your average damage should be the same as the average weapon. So for example, if my max hit was 60, instead of this weapon rolling between 0 and 60, it instead would roll between 9 and 51. Again, but from 15% of my max hit to 85%. My max hit is decreased, but my minimum hit is increased. So there I poked a 9. I'll never hit like a 1, basically, is what it means. Also, it is a 5-tick weapon, so it is kind of slow. 50? And it's 51, holy moly. Yeah, I think that was the max hit. I hit a 51 right there. But that's not all. This weapon has a special attack. Let's talk about that. So first of all, it increases your accuracy by 50%. So again, this weapon is insanely accurate, but that makes it even more accurate for this one attack. But also, the weapon's max hit becomes its true max hit. So like in my example, if my max hit was 60, this weapon would reduce the max hit to 51 and increase my minimum hit to 9. With the special attack, my max hit would become my true max hit, meaning if I hit, it would roll between 9, being my minimum hit, and 60, which is my true max hit, whereas my reduced max hit was 51 for normal attacks. So, bam! What was that? Was that a bubble? Did you see that? Was that bubbles? Hold on. Yeah! So yeah, that's what that does. So basically, take this to, if you're an Iron Man, you're gonna want this bad boy to fight like every boss that has high defense, like all the, I guess, Bandos, and probably some raid bosses will have high defense at some point. So yeah, extremely good weapon, very cool. Yeah. Now last, but definitely not least, is the Keris Partisan, which is a spear, as you can see, with not amazing attack bonus, but you know, it's okay. As you can see, very weirdly, has the same stab, slash, and crush bonuses. In the dev vlog, it does say there will be a crush option as well later on down the line. So there you go, it has all three styles, all three melee styles. Now, this weapon doesn't actually do a lot by itself. I can just wallop and poke. Just give someone a stab, give someone a slash. Right now, I have a max hit of 40, 37, just believe me. The max hit is 40. This doesn't look very impressive. There's no set effect on it or anything. So, let me tell you what you can do. So, much like the Nightmare Staff, this spear can be socketed with one of 3 special gems which you get from the Tombs of Amascut. Same as the spear, it's where you get the spear from as well. And only one of these jewels can be socketed in this weapon at a time, and here are their effects. So first is called the Eye of the Corruptor. It adds a damage over time effect to attacked enemies. You can't stack the effect onto one enemy, but you can apply it to multiple NPCs, meaning if you're fighting like 5 different creatures, you can put the gem in here, attack all 5 of them, and it will put like a damage over time effect on all of them. So that's like overall going to be pretty good DPS. Next we have the Jewel of the Sun. It applies a debuff to NPCs when they're attacked, which causes them to take higher damage for a sustained period of time. That's kind of good. I can totally see people bringing the spear as a switch. So you imagine you're bossing, you put the spear on, you hit Bandos with the Jewel of the Sun equipped, and now Bandos is taking more damage from everything. Now in the description, it does just say it causes them to take a higher damage for a sustained period of time. So I'm guessing it will be like 20% damage from all sources over like 20 seconds or 12 seconds or something. So that one I can see is pretty good because you don't have to have the spear on the entire time because the spear itself isn't an amazing weapon. And the last jewel is called Breach of the Scarab. It has a 33% accuracy buff against Cowfight Scarabs and Beetles, which again is like good for Cowfight Queen, but otherwise, it's not amazing. So that's the spear. So I'm pretty sure Jewel of the Sun will be the best one. And Eye of the Corruptor might be good in Slayer if you're paying attention, because then you can attack like 8 different things and have all of them bleed over time. Editing Jakey here, I would show you all of the gems effects, except the gems weren't available in this beta, so I couldn't show you, sorry. Otherwise, that is all of the rewards. I hope you found this enjoyable. Let me know what you think about all of these weapons and armor down in the comments below. And also, the blog is in the description, so they are taking feedback from the blog. So some of these, or probably all of these, will be changed at least a little bit before release. So yeah, go leave your feedback for the blog as well. Otherwise, this armor is pretty exciting. I actually thought I was going to be disappointed by all of this new stuff, but all of it is good, except like the Ancient Godsword is kind of weird, but okay. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I will see you in the next Group Iron Man episode.